सबसे मांगना था, किसी ने 100 दिया, किसी ने 200 दिया, तब इसका दूध का डिब्बा लाई थी।
ना पे बाथरूम की बहुत परेशानी है, जमान बेटी बेटे को कहाँ कराएं।
महीनों के दिनों में मैं स्कूल भी कम जाती हूँ क्योंकि वहाँ पे मुझे बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है।
जब बाल काटी थी मेरी टीचर ने मुझे बोली तेरी मम्मी के जैसे तुझे बनना है क्या। मुझे बुरा लग गया उस टाइम क्योंकि मेरी मम्मी एक एक्सपेक्ट करे।
मेरा स्कूल जाने का मन करता है पर स्कूल में नाम नहीं लिखता कोई भी।
मेरे बहन को छोड़ के और चली गई। मेरी नानी ने मेरे को रखा।
मेरे पापा फिर मुझसे सलाह लेने लगे कि तू बता तू चाहती है शादी करना या नहीं। मैंने भी मना कर दिया। मैं पढ़े लिखे नहीं हूँ लेकिन मुझे बिल्कुल शौक था मुझे कि मैं अपने बच्चे को पढ़ाऊँ। मुझे इतने अच्छे पेरेंट्स मिले कि मुझे पढ़ाया उन्होंने, वरना कुछ ऐसे पेरेंट्स भी होते हैं कि अपने साथ काम में लेके जाते हैं बेटियों को।
मेरा भी मन हुआ इसीलिए मैंने अपनी मम्मी पापा से बोला कि मुझे भी पढ़ने जाना है। मम्मी पापा ने कहा तुम जाओ।
हमने नहीं पढ़ा तो क्या हम अपने बच्चों को नहीं पढ़ाएंगे? पढ़ाएंगे, क्यों नहीं पढ़ाएंगे?
India is the only large country in the world where more girl babies die than boy babies. The gender differential in child survival is currently 11%. Under 5 mortality for girls in India is 8.3% higher than for boys. 63 million missing women due to sex-selective abortions. 21 million unwanted girls in India. India is home to the largest number of child brides in the world. 18% of girls drop out before completion of secondary school. India ranks number 1 in adolescent pregnancies. 42% adolescent girls between 15 to 19 years are undernourished. The struggle of a girl child begins even before the day she is conceived. Female infants are still found dumped in the trash, while unborn fetuses continue to be snuffed in the womb. She is lucky if she is allowed to be born. Even after birth, the girl child faces discrimination and oppression. She is not provided with proper nutrition compared to her male siblings. Her education is not given much importance. She is often expected to stay at home and do household work. A girl child in India is often seen as a liability, a burden to pass on. After marriage, the trials faced by women do not end as she continues to face oppression and violence in her marital home. The unwanted girl child is India's greatest shame. Given the prevailing influence of patriarchal values right from their birth, far too many girls bear the brunt of gender inequality and gender stereotypes.
Gender discrimination and abuses and atrocities and injustices against girls and particularly girls' children is a serious stigma on the face of humankind, but in India it's a serious problem and it's a deep-rooted issue. Multifold approach is needed in ensuring that the state has good laws and enforce those laws which bring about equality and justice in the society. It also requires adequate budgetary allocations for girl children, for their education, their health care, their well-being and protection. And thirdly, it is also a collective responsibility of the social organizations and particularly the religious institutions to speak out loudly that girls are not less than boys.
India celebrates National Girl Child Day each year on January 24th. The day, an initiative of the Ministry of Women and Child Development, focuses on the need to address the challenges that girls face in Indian society due to gender biases. The day also aims to promote awareness about the rights of the girl child and to increase awareness on the importance of girl education and their health and nutrition. Highlight the inequalities faced by girls in the country. Promote awareness about the rights of a girl child. Generate awareness on importance of girl education, health and nutrition. understand the legal laws and rights of girls and women, Pink Legal, India's first ever website dedicated to the issue, aims to empower women and reduce gender inequality.
Pink Legal is India's first and only digital platform, which is basically empowering women through the law, and we do this by creating legal awareness and making women aware of their rights. Then we also help women by answering their legal queries for free, and we have a helpline where women can speak to our lawyers and therapists. And thirdly, we also help women connect with a lawyer anywhere in India if they wish to file a case. And through this service, many women have even gone ahead and filed cases and taken on-ground action.
According to a 2019 report by United Nations Children's Fund titled Ending Child Marriage, a profile of child marriage in India, India is home to over 223 million child brides. Our country accounts for about a third of the global incidence of child marriage, a practice that infringes on the rights and capabilities of adolescents, mostly young girls. Then early pregnancies also result in poor maternal and child health. The government's National Family Health Survey 4 estimated that about 1 in 4 young women in the country have been married before 18 years of age.
Another problem that we see very commonly occurring is about forced marriage in India, where a lot of young girls are forced into marriage by their families for various reasons. And in fact, the law in India clearly states that no one can force another person to marry someone, and it is completely your own choice if you wish to marry and whom you wish to marry.
The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated the problem of child marriage further. Due to various socio-cultural and economic barriers, a large number of adolescents in the country are out of school, are married early, work in vulnerable situations, sexually active, and are exposed to peer pressure.
When it comes to the girl child, there are many cases of their trafficking, their sexual abuses, online trafficking and online pornographic material production and increase. We have also noticed child marriages in a number of places because the parents who lost their livelihoods and jobs in villages, they think that the girls are burden on them. They always thought like that, but now because of this situation of pandemic, they are preferring to marry their girls in early age. So it has multiple impact, physical, social, economic, mental and psychological impacts on girl children.
There are many ways in which a girl is discriminated against, from womb to tomb. Violence against women and girls takes place in many forms, including domestic violence, sexual assault and harassment, early forced child marriage, sex trafficking, so-called honor crimes, and female genital mutilation. COVID-19 has exposed the fault lines of gender equality with increases in the incidence of domestic violence during lockdown. Nearly 1.5% of young women in India within the age bracket of 18 to 29 years have experienced sexual violence. 34% of all women aged 15 to 49 have experienced violence at home since the age of 15. At least 29.3% of married women have experienced physical, sexual, or emotional violence by their spouses.
Now, when you look at a girl child or a woman, unfortunately, these sort of violences are starting right from the pre-birth phase. Be it the sex-selective abortions, be it the female infanticide, or sometimes battering of the pregnant woman when she's having a girl child. And when the girl child is growing up, we find that sometimes, unfortunately, this sort of incest and other behaviors against the girl child, we obstetrician gynecologists are the first point of contact to any woman if she has a problem. She in fact turns to us, the OB-GYNs, who are a first point of contact when she has a problem. She doesn't go to the police or the lawyers or anybody else. That is the reason why I realized that we need to sensitize our own OB-GYNs.
Welcome back. You're watching a special show on the girl child on the NDTV Detol Banega Swasth India campaign. While Sustainable Development Goals seek to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls, India is home to millions of out-of-school children, with girls accounting for a substantial chunk. Nelson Mandela has said, quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world," unquote. Taking that a little further, is that a saying that if you educate a man, you educate an individual, but if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Educating a girl child or an adult woman has multiple benefits, like a ripple in the pond. Those benefits extend outwards till they reach the entire community and play a vital role in its overall economic prosperity. There are many trusts and organizations working towards educating the girl child. Nanni Kali is one of them. Nanni Kali, founded in 1996 by Anand Mahindra to empower women through education, has impacted more than 500,000 girls in 14 states across the country. Sanyogita has been a part of Project Nanni Kali for the last 3 years. A class 8 student of Sanjay Nagar Hindi School, her father Sanjay Rajbar works as an auto rickshaw driver, while her mother Neetu is a homemaker. She has 3 brothers and 2 sisters, and the family lives in Govandi, Mumbai.
मुझे नन्ही कली में आके 3 साल हो चुके हैं। मुझे नन्ही कली में आने से बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ है। तो हमें नन्ही कली में एक किट मिलता है जिसमें कि हमारी ज़रूरत की चीज़ हो, और मैं अपने घर में सबसे बड़ी हूँ। मेरी ये सपना है कि मैं बड़ी होकर एक डॉक्टर बनूँ और अपने घर वाले की मदद करूँ थोड़ी। नन्ही कली में आने से मेरे मम्मी पापा को पैसे का ज़्यादा दबाव नहीं है। मैं नन्ही कली में आके अच्छे से पढ़ाई कर सकती हूँ, जिससे कि मेरे मम्मी पापा के ऊपर कोई बोझ नहीं है। कुछ साल पहले तो ऐसे नन्ही कली नहीं था, तो सिर्फ हम लड़कियों को तो कभी पढ़ने का मौका नहीं मिलता था बहुत पहले। तो अब तो जब नन्ही कली निकला है तो इसमें लड़कियों को पढ़ने का बहुत सपोर्ट दिया गया है।
Tanzim Bano too deeply cherishes her experience and time at Project Nanni Kali. Her dream now is to use that experience to help many other girls like her.
मेरे अब्बू गैस डिलीवरी करते हैं, मेरी अम्मी घर में खाना पकाती है, मैं बड़ी हूँ, मेरे दो छोटे बहन भाई हैं। मेरा सपना है कि मैं बड़े की टीचर बनूँ। जैसे मैं नन्ही कली में पढ़ती वैसे मैं और बच्चों को पढ़ाना चाहती हूँ। नन्ही कली से मुझे बैग, पेन, पेंसिल, ज्योमेट्री बॉक्स, स्वेटर और सबसे बड़ा सरप्राइज़ में सैनिटरी पैड मिलता है। उसकी वजह से मुझे बहुत फ़ायदा है और मेरे मोहल्ले में बहुत कम जन यूज़ करते हैं उसे। मेरे अम्मी अब्बू के पास इतने पैसे नहीं थे कि वो मुझे टैब खरीद के दे सके। मैं जैसे नन्ही कली में आई हूँ तब मुझे उधर टैब मिला। मैं अपनी पढ़ाई बहुत अच्छे से कर पाती हूँ।
मिडिल क्लास का हूँ, उतना इनकम नहीं है, फिर भी जब से नन्ही कली में पढ़ने लगी है तो मेरे घर में थोड़ा बचत होने लगी है, इसलिए कि उसकी पढ़ाई में ना मेरा खर्चा जा रहा है और ट्यूशन फ्री में हो रहा है। बाकी और जो किताबें सामान ये हमें फ्री में मिल रहा है, हमें इसमें ज़्यादा वो लागत लगाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। और मेरी लड़की अच्छा माशाअल्लाह पढ़ भी रही है अच्छे से और आगे भी बढ़ेगी।
Nanni Kali firmly believes that a girl's education correlates with the overall well-being of the nation. The good news is that India's access to education for girls has improved tremendously over the last 7 decades. The female literacy rate has risen from 9% during independence to about 65% in 2011. While the COVID-19 pandemic has worsened the fight for rights and education of the girl child, putting the future of millions of girls at risk, Nanni Kali is ensuring that learning must continue.
We support underprivileged girls to complete 10 years of schooling. That's from standard 1 to standard 10. And every girl in this project gets access to a digital device which is preloaded with smart educational content. In addition, we provide the girls with a school bag, school supplies kit, and the older girls even get feminine hygiene material so that they can attend school with dignity. And I'm happy to say that during this COVID period, despite prolonged school closures, Nanikali has remained engaged with all the girls, thereby ensuring uninterrupted learning for the girls.
Girls' education is an important factor in economic development. Numerous studies have demonstrated that a nation's GDP increases with female education.
Educated girls and women contribute to a nation's development, and if you want to really pursue socio-economic growth, it's critical that these women participate in the economy. Actually, it's very simple. The more women who work, economies grow. And women's economic empowerment boosts productivity, but also has a huge number of positive development outcomes.
In Gurugram, Manas School is also playing a role in empowering communities by educating the underprivileged and developing their skills.
So हमने यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा ये जगह लेके 2 या 3 बच्चों से स्कूल शुरू किया. हमने खुद उनको पढ़ाया, स्टार्ट करा. In the meantime, many volunteers joined hands. From 2 to 3 students बढ़ते बढ़ते हमारे पास 20-25 स्टूडेंट्स हो गए. उसके बाद जब हमें फंड्स आए इंडिगो से, तब हमने ग्रो करा and धीरे धीरे now we have 200 children with us. Our school is a primary school till class 5. We help them get scholarship and help them study in private schools. और जो बच्चे पढ़ाई में बहुत अच्छे नहीं होते, उनको we try to develop some skill so that they can do something in life. अब शादी भी हो गई है उन girls की, they are earning for their families. So there's a lot of change, that confidence we can see.
मैं जब 12 साल की थी तब मुझे इंग्लिश तो दूर की बात हिंदी तक नहीं आती थी, बंगाली सिखाता था. तब मुझे कुछ समझ तक नहीं आता था. फिर मानस से मुझे सपोर्ट मिली, मुझे हिंदी सिखाया, एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस दिए, हिंदी सिखाया, इंग्लिश सिखाया और हर 3 महीने बाद हमारा टेस्ट लिया गया. फिर हमें 7th में एडमिशन दिलाया हाईवे स्कूल में. फ़ीस भी वहाँ पे देते थे, मानस स्कूल से दिया जाता था. और अभी भी मानस स्कूल से हमें सपोर्ट मिलते हैं. अभी भी हमें मानस स्कूल से फ़ीस दिए जाते हैं स्कूल में. और अभी मैं 12वीं कक्षा में पढ़ रही हूँ. और उसके साथ साथ मैं डेंटल असिस्टेंट का कोर्स भी मैंने क्लियर कर लिया है. हाँ, मेरी बड़ी सिस्टर थी जिन्होंने पढ़ाई नहीं किया था, उनकी जल्दी शादी हो गई. अगर मैं भी पढ़ नहीं रही होती तो मेरी भी शायद शादी हो जाती. इसीलिए आई एम रियली वेरी ग्रेटफुल जो मानस स्कूल ने मुझे सपोर्ट किया, ये अपॉर्चुनिटी दी कि मैं पढ़ाई करूं. नहीं तो शायद मेरे साथ भी ऐसा ही होता जैसे मेरी दीदी के साथ हुआ.
स्कूल का टीम ने हेल्प नहीं करता तो मेरा बेटी आज नहीं कर पाती, हम भी नहीं कर पाती. हमारा भी इतना आर्थिक नहीं है करने का. मेरा 3 बेटी है. एक बेटी को हम लोग शादी कर दिया था, शादी कर दिया, पढ़ा नहीं पाया, इतना पैसा भी नहीं था, पढ़ा नहीं पाया. तो फिर दहेज मांगा, दहेज नहीं पाया, इसीलिए वो घर वाला ने मार दिया उसको.
While the government of India has programs such as Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Skill India Mission, Poshan Abhiyan and Digital India Mission, localized approaches need to be worked out for different and diverse parts of the country. The experience of violence reduces sharply when girls are educated, so keeping them in school will help them have a better chance for safety and security, access to health and education, and the capability of making their own life choices and decisions. Education is key. Similarly, by breaking the cycle of early marriages, premature pregnancies will be diverted and intergenerational cycle of anemia will be averted, building healthier generations.
It's a paradox, I would say, that on one hand we keep on worshipping women and girls like deity Durga and Saraswati and Lakshmi, but on the other hand we keep on abusing them and doing all kind of injustices with them. So that duality in the society, that obscurantism has to vanish, that has to go. So we have to build social awareness about it. We have to take urgent actions in making sure that the girls are treated equally. But I would also suggest here that a positive masculinity has to be taught to our boys. The boys and men should also learn that masculinity does not mean, पौरुष का मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो लड़कियों पर, औरतों पर अत्याचार करें. उनको अगर पौरुष दिखाना है तो हमारी बेटियों को, बहनों को बचाने में, उनको सुरक्षा देने में इस्तेमाल करें. So with these things we can move towards a better world and safer world for our girls.
B.R. Ambedkar has said, I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved. A country that empowers women empowers every individual. To have an empowered woman, it is important that we start with the girl child. One needs to look at the girl child as a woman of tomorrow. The position of the girl child cannot be looked at in isolation. We must start with protecting the girl child, ensuring that her birth is greeted with joy and she receives all the care and love needed to grow to her full potential. As a woman, we need to work to ensure that she gets every opportunity to realize her potential. By celebrating, protecting, and educating the girl child, we empower her. And by empowering our daughters, we empower our communities, which means empowering the nation. So let us spread awareness and change mindsets to ensure that communities and families welcome and celebrate daughters.